Yup, said let's ride.
Yo, yo, yo.
There you go. I'm back. I'm on that one.
Yo, 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 yo. All right, we back in the building, baby.
That's right.
Let me see something if we can hear it on this. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, there we go, there we go, there we go. Sorry, y'all, we had a little technical little thing. Oh, okay. Yep. There we go, there we go, there we go. I don't know what was going on. I always have problems with that. But anyway, yeah, we back in the building, baby.
That's right.
Raw Reality Radio. We got
right.
Big Sean in the building.
What's up? What's up? What's
We got
up?
C's Real in the building. Hey.
And you got what you got over there?
We got some Girl Scout cookies.
Oh.
Yeah.
Knowing I
Yeah.
don't need them. I
Yeah.
don't need them.
Shout out my little cousin.
Thank you.
Little
Thank
Sky.
you. Thank you, Sky.
We got us some tag alongs.
Okay.
We got us some Dosey Dogs.
Yeah, that's it right there.
Yeah, them the ones you order. Dosey Dog, Dosey
Uh-oh.
Dog, Dosey Dog, baby.
Uh-oh. You can see who ordered the most.
Yes, Lord. But it's all for a good cause.
Yeah, but I still got to watch it now.
Like say that. Hold on, wait a minute. What's the title for today?
It is teamwork.
Teamwork. Okay, I get that. I feel that. I'm a good team player.
Teamwork. So, yeah, we want to talk a little bit about teamwork in the workplace, teamwork in relationships, and just overall, what is teamwork? How do you identify teamwork, and how do you work collaboratively in different situations?
I feel that.
Yeah.
I'm ready for that.
You ready for that?
Yeah.
I just feel like you could benefit from it. If we can, we know others could, huh?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. So one of the first things I wanted to do was just give a definition of what teamwork is.
Okay.
What it actually says it is. I know we have our way of expressing it, which I like the way I would express it better. But teamwork is the collaborative effort of a group of individuals working together to achieve a common goal, leveraging each member's skills and knowledge for greater effectiveness and individual efforts than their individual efforts. So the best way I can describe that is it's not about you. It's not just you. And it's a chore and it's a challenge to learn how to effectively work with other people without it being all what you say, how you do it, when you want to do it, when it's a task involved. You know, there's a task and you want to work together, then you want to accomplish something. There are more than one person that's involved. You have to consider all those people.
Okay, I know one team I'm rocking with. Them Boston Celtics, baby.
Okay, I just had that shirt on today.
Yeah. Shout out my little homie, Jason Tatum.
Yes.
I'm cool with his daddy, Justin Tatum. What up, big bruh? Much
yes,
love.
Yes, all love. Yes, big accomplishments.
Yeah.
I like the fact you mentioned that because he is on a team.
Yes, that's right. That's right. That's right. And he a real good team player too.
And doing well. Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. They won a championship last
That's
year.
what I'm talking about right there. And if I could just get people to see, you want to win the championship,
You got to play on a team.
you got to play on the team.
Oh, no. You got to exhibit good teamwork.
You do. And you got to be able to be, I think it's a challenge. I'm going to be the first one to say it's a challenge to be a team player, no matter what it is that's involved. You know how you have the team has different positions.
Yeah.
And you know how like some people say, I'm the most, MVP. I'm the most important on the team. If it wasn't for me, none of this would be going on.
Right.
And I don't look at it that way. I think everybody has an important role that they have to play.
Mm-hmm.
And if they play their role, then usually you will be successful and reach your goals. You know, it's important. It's I think the hardest part is understanding
Hmm.
what is expected of you and understanding how to identify what teamwork is. I think that's a challenge.
Okay. Okay. Good. I'm about to put the link on the Facebook page so we can so the people that's tuning in can go ahead and link in to our YouTube page and be vibing. You hear me?
Yeah, I wish I could see their questions if they have them so I can answer it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me turn it on silent.
So I want to start off with some questions so we can kind of bounce off our different perspectives for our audience on, what is teamwork? You tell me, what's teamwork to you?
Oh, well, teamwork to me is when you work together collectively in order to achieve a certain goal. So just being a team, and I see on her it's like about six different types of teams. So it's functional teams, cross-functional teams, virtual teams, self-managed teams, project teams, leadership teams. Oh, problem-solving teams. So I want to hit on that last one, problem solving teams, because us as men, we are natural problem solvers. So once it's a problem in the area, then we just naturally want to fix it, right? And sometimes you can't just do it by yourself. You need the cooperation of other people as well. Correct. So it says
That's good.
the definition of problem solving teams is teams formed to address the specific problems or issues within an organization. An example of that is a team tasked with finding solutions to a manufacturing defect or a customer service issue. The characteristic of those are problem focused, task oriented, and often disband the problem once it's resolved. Now, that's when it said customer service, yeah, I want to attack that because a lot of these new companies they need some help with their customer service. And you know what? They need to develop a problem solving team in order to address these customer service issues with these companies. Because for real, one of my rules of the hustle is, you know, people have a choice who they shop with, and they don't have to shop with you. So you have to bring something better to the table in order for them to even choose to even spend money with you. And that's one of the reasons why Chick-fil-A doing so good because you just feel, I just drive through, they drive through sometimes just to get a better boost of my personality and just a boost of
That's
happiness
real.
because they do real good over there and whatever they teaching they need to teach that to Popeyes and them and I was gonna say I ain't gonna say no names but I'm saying name Popeyes, churches, McDonald's.
Oh.
Yeah, all them. They need some help because they workers be acting like they don't be wanting to be at work, and nobody chose you to choose this job. You know what I'm saying? And you lucky that you out here working because there's a lot of people that's out there begging for change. So you really need to be grateful that you even got a place of employment to work at. Also, uh, you're bringing a positive light on the rest of your team by showing good customer service and bigging up your team members as well. And then we got a freshly made cheeseburger for you, and that was made by my team member in the back. And he loves his job, even if he don't love his job. Put on their front so the customer will be like, you know what, I like going there. I want to support them. You know what I'm saying? So I think that the problem solving culture needs some real initiative in this country,
You
in
would
this
like to
city.
see teams of problem solving?
Yeah, most definitely, most
That's a
definitely.
good idea actually. I like that.
Yeah, just
It would be helpful.
create some teams for customer service, customer service.
Yeah, I agree. Customer service is just, it's always a debatable challenge. Like a lot of times people think, I got good customer service. I think that's one of the biggest challenges too when you're working with a group of people. Everybody's got a different type of opinion,
Right.
perspective. They all come from different places. And so, just think when you're trying to make something better, you first have to get them to recognize what they're doing or recognize what they're not doing. And a lot of times the struggle comes in people just being honest with themselves. It's kind of like the tug of war is happening at home behind closed doors and we don't even know. You know what I'm saying? And then when they step foot on the jobs or in these different industries where they're representing a lot of people and not just themselves, they're kind of selfish with, hey, I had to correct you on this, or in order for you to be a successful team player, okay, this is what you got to change. Just like when a coach write the plays
Yeah.
for the team, I'm thinking about football, and the reason I pick football because I always hear about football. And I'm like, you know what? My kids have been on teams, and I've heard the comments. That was dumb. Why we played? Why did we run that play? Why did we run that play? And they don't
Yeah.
agree with it.
Yeah.
But the person who's in charge has a different type of vision than the person who's working
Player,
for
right.
because that person who's in charge knows what role you should be playing.
Right.
And I think that's where we're stuck. It's like people are stuck in between. I want to do me, and I want to make this money. I want to have this, and I want to have that.
Too many Chiefs, not enough Indians.
Not enough, but they don't have they don't know, and it's like hard to chastise someone about something that they don't know. They don't know yet. Like they have not had enough experience. They have not had enough time in doing what they're hired to do. So sometimes people come in on a job. Oh, I got hired. It doesn't matter. You can have the PhD and still need to learn the loops and the rules of the place that you got hired at. You have the credentials, but are you able to perform and do it in a way where the whole team is successful? Not just you trying to shine your light on yourself, or you trying to say, look, supervisor, look what I can do. You know what I'm saying? And the whole time you saying, look at what I can do, you got a line full of people that haven't been waited on. You have projects that are backing up because you have people conditioned to think that I move how I want to move and I do how I want to do. And that's the thing. One of my favorite things that one of my favorite shows from when I was
Hold on.
shows from when I was younger
Yeah.
was Karate Kid. And the reason I like Karate Kid so much is because the master he knew what he was trying to teach.
Right. Mr. Miyagi.
Mr.
Right.
Miyagi knew what he was teaching. He knew what he
Horokusaki.
I knew it was coming. He knew what he was trying to accomplish with that young man. But that young man did not know what he was trying to accomplish with him just based off what he had him doing. And I mean, I even questioned it. Why he got him doing all that stuff? That don't got nothing to do, you know what I'm saying, with what we're actually, what he's wanting from him. Got him painting and doing all things. But there's certain things that you have to learn when you're playing a part with someone. They gotta test you. They gotta see if you can withstand certain things. If you can move swiftly, if you can complete within a heavy turmoil. So that means under pressure. Are you the one for the job? Can you handle it? All this pressure, all these things are getting thrown at you. I need somebody that can handle it all. Oh, something broke. It's not working. Are you gonna be the one to say it's not gonna work? It's just not going to work. Or are you going to come up with something creative or unique to still make sure that show starts on time and it happens? Those are the real problem solvers. Those are the people that make sure the team keeps going. And I know that was a little long-winded, but it was just something I wanted to talk about when it comes to that part where we get stuck. We just get stuck right there where do we have to spend so much time convincing someone to move this way? Do just follow these rules. It's for your good in the end. If you just keep watching the game, I keep watching the game, the football game. It's like, oh, they losing. Dang. Oh my God. This team is good. I don't know if we gonna win.
Yeah.
But if you keep watching the game, just keep watching it. Eventually you'll see why that person or that those plays are created the way they are, so that in the end you strategically became the winner or the
Okay.
team won and they were able to bring home the championship. We get stuck where we don't even want to work together because we see what we want to see and that's it. Not on the same page.
Nice. So, or is it any times where you can describe where you use teamwork in order to have a good outcome?
Yes, I do. I want to mention something that's difficult that I do. Sometimes I can know something in my mind. I can know I know what the outcome could be just based off my experience. I could think like, I already see where this is going. And the reason I mention that is because I think a lot of people are guilty of that. But everything doesn't always turn out the same way. So even when you have experiences and you try to say, oh, let me steer a person in this direction or that direction, I believe one of the biggest assets to being a good team player is to sometimes just fall back. Fall back and watch. Fall back and observe. Fall back and be submissive sometimes. Just allow things to be what they are so that you and your teammates will learn to see things for what it is versus trying to control the outcome based off, I know this gonna work. I know this not gonna work. Sometimes you just gotta let the person who's in charge handle that and just even if you don't agree, even if you don't like it, the best thing, the best advice for that, and it's I feel like I'm doing using teamwork skills because I can control myself enough to say you win. You can do okay, let's try your way. Let's try how you see it. Because if you never get to try, then how do you learn?
So, I, I'm sorry if I didn't ask it correctly. I was asking, like, is it a certain time that you used teamwork, and can you discuss, like, a certain instance, a certain example of when you used teamwork?
In a relationship,
Or just any time that
in
it
a
turned out positive?
in a relationship, it turns out positive when you fall back. In a relationship, because you specifically have to recognize what's going on in front of you. You have to learn to step back and look at the whole picture. So let's say that we have a task we're trying to complete. And you as the man say, I'm leading this, right? And so I might have input on that. I might have to say, I don't think that's a good color. Or I might say something like, I might have another view on that. Well, what I'm learning is that sometimes I don't need to say anything. I don't need to combat. I don't need to challenge. Everything is not meant to be challenged because the thing about it is even if you know and it's successful for me to let a person do exactly what they want to do and let a person figure it out and however they want to do it and you can learn from that person. Even you can learn even more as a team when you watch a person go through certain motions. You understand what I'm saying? I'm super successful in that area because I feel like when you can learn from something and do it differently, then you're performing as a team player. That's one thing in relationships. In a job setting, I feel like, oh my goodness, I've just recently experienced a lot of teamwork happening. I'm gonna give you an example of something, and it's gonna happen soon. But if they are watching, they'll hear it. I had a lot of workers that may not be getting along with each other. Okay, and I have tasks that need to be completed. So the tasks are not getting completed. I'm seeing things be inconsistent, and so I want it to change. Well, if I have to keep saying the same thing to a person, I decided that why not create different leadership responsibilities for each person? And what happens is that it creates more teamwork because the managers are not always telling the workers what to do. I want the workers to start being leaders in certain areas, and they are going to be the ones inspecting each other.
You want them to tell the managers what to do?
No, they will be telling each other what to
Oh,
do.
okay.
So, like if there is a task that needs to be done or something, like a safety issue that needs to be addressed, and so the health and safety coordinator would be over that instead of just my managers. And so what I'm doing is creating things for the workers to have to work together, and they also have to not reprimand, but they have to write each other up, so to speak. So it's like,
Uh oh.
yeah, so it's kind of like if you're on playground duty and you're over playground, you're going to take pride in your work and say, I'm on playground duty, and your worker, the person is your coworker is not going to want to mess it up for their coworker. That's just how it works. They're gonna say, "Oh, you messing it up for me," and then the other person says, "Well, I got health and safety, and I see something that is wet right here. I need to clean this up. You need to quit doing X, Y, and Z." And so their worker is looking like, "Well, you making it harder for me." And then the next worker is saying, "Well, if I'm over, I don't know." Menus and things of that nature, and then they fall off track, then that other worker is going to say, you're not gonna get me in trouble.
Mm.
So what I'm doing is creating inclusive working to get rid of the negative perceptions that they may have of the rules that are actually created to make things better. But I'm going to reverse it to make them have to work together, and then also hold each other accountable versus you the boss and I'm gonna hold you accountable. And I heard she come again. That attitude, no, I'm gonna create more togetherness and teamwork so we can feel good about what we're in charge of and feel good about making someone else feel good.
Okay, good. Good, good, good. Okay, so now I have cross functional teams. That means teams composed of individuals from different departments or functions brought together to work on a specific project or goal. So they kind of what you just said, cross functional team.
That's pretty cool.
Because they got different departments with each other and they coming together to create a wonderful experience for the children. Self-managed teams. That's teams that have a high degree of autonomy and self-direction, making decisions and managing their own work processes. Oh, okay. An example of that is a team of customer uh, service representatives who handle their own scheduling and problem solving. The characteristics of that is empowerment, self-organization, and a focus on continuous improvement.
That's good. What are some jobs that are like that where you would work for yourself? Make your own schedule.
Uh, Truck driving, driving a truck. Um, what do I do now? Marketing director, and marketing executive. Um, yeah, those two is where I did it myself. Let me see. I'm trying to get back. I'm sorry. I need to get back to what I was looking at.
No, you're okay.
Self-managed teams. A self-managed team. So yeah. I used to do uh deliveries, home deliveries for this place called Menards. I'm sure y'all say big money at Menards. Yeah, them. So I drove a truck for them, a flatbed, and I delivered material, building material to different places. So I get my schedule. When I came in and the different places that need to get dropped off, they could put up to five different places on one flatbed. So they'd give me the work order for them, and then I'll schedule it out, and I would make a map of, okay, I'm gonna hit this place first, this place second, this place third, and come on back around. And if I had any questions, then my brother, he was kind of managing it for me. So I asked him, and then he would assist me. So we worked in a team that way. And
Nice.
then like sometimes when they overloaded me, then he would, present his gripe to the store, so I wouldn't get so many hours and be out there at nighttime. So we worked in the team that type of way.
I like that.
hmm So me and you, we work on this job as a team because you let me know the different tasks that you need me to complete as far as marketing purposes and stuff like that. And then recently we just got the managers to join in and provide different material so that I can present that to online and post it to our social media platforms.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like we all
Working
working
together.
working as a team together, and we're producing marketing material that can get more eyes on us, and then they can market the company in a positive light.
Mm-hmm. And you're doing an excellent job, and
Thanks.
and I believe they are too.
Yeah.
Because when they, when you're given a task and then they just bounce it out like right away.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just like to commend them too because
Yeah.
sometimes people don't, are not able to do it. Not saying they're not capable, but they're not able to do it that way or that fast. And they
Right.
do catch on very fast and they understand once I explain it to them what I'm looking for, and they're just cooperative,
Yeah.
So I guess that's a good factor and something to speak on when it comes to teams, teamwork, team players, is to be cooperative.
hmm
Stop resisting everything that you don't like. Sometimes, I think continue to listen, continue to see things play out before you start to judge it because it's not all going to look the same. Just like the marketing situation, I had something in my head I created, and we talked about this before, the systems. A lot of times we all have ideas, we throw them in the pot. Yeah, yeah, we all these people, but the systems that are created make us successful if we can stick to something. And I love that. I love what I'm seeing. I'm seeing people work together and not even bother each other.
hmm
That's the key. A lot of on that phone, talking on the phone a lot, or just having to have a lot of conversation that takes away your time if you're trying to be a successful entrepreneur in whatever you're doing. You need to free yourself up from direct contact all the time with people so you can spend that time working on what your projects are. And one thing I learned from Mr. Cease Real is when he gets involved in a project, he's glued into it. He's laser focused on what that is at that time, and and a lot of distractions will keep him from being able to complete it.
Okay.
And that's
Okay.
real. We gotta get focused and be cooperative.
You know, some other team players that's really not talked about that much, but that's kind of forced on you a little bit. But it's like if you chose that path, then that's what it is.
Who?
Parents.
I knew you was gonna say that. I thought you'd say parents or children, but yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
parents are team players, and you have to link together as parents in order for a positive outcome in your child's life.
Yeah.
And some parents not don't be good team players. Some parents feel like they was forced into being a team player because they didn't have, and then also some parents are not good team players because they didn't have a good example of team players from their parents.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What is one of the biggest? What would you say is the one of the biggest struggles when it comes to parenting? like you said, the where you hold a big, it's like a big difference in there, and instead of being able to work through that to be whatever it is you're trying to be for that child, what do you think is one of the things that needs to be discussed? Like it's like that thing that prevents it. What is that?
When the other parent is not being a good team player and they don't
What?
have the same goals in mind
Okay,
as
so
you
it's
do.
it's the goals. You think it's difference in goals that keeps us?
Yeah, yeah, because they want to run the kid life a certain way, and then you feel like this is the good way to run to raise the child. But then when y'all come into conflict of how y'all want to raise the child, then it's like it, it's it's like now y'all opposing team members, and then the
I
only
just
person that really get hurt is the child in the end.
I just saw that on here, those exact words I thought about. You're not teammates. You're like opposing on opposing teams. So you're not able to do what needs to be done for the child or whatever the situation may be in the relationship.
Hmm.
And I kind of agree with that a little bit because I think, okay, you say it's the goals. I think I want to say something about like what how people see um how they identify what's most important. Like like as a woman, I see things a certain way. I'm more emotional than logical, but I find myself to be very logical. That's just in me. I think things through strategically. But as a female, I know that my emotions are more so on the forefront. I would have to, in my opinion, than a male, and that's just been a proven fact. Along, not saying that men are not emotional and that they don't have feelings. I just think that we, as females, think a different way, and I think that
Yeah, y'all think like
this
this,
is
and males think like this.
this, yeah,
Yeah.
and I think part of that confusion comes in where women are having a hard time deciphering between fear. Is that something inside of them that like that feeling inside of them? What is that feeling inside of them, and is it more so fear than a problem? Like, because I think a lot of times women be scared to let go and let that man or that father do his
Lead.
lead, or let that father do what he needs to do, or show you what he's trying to do. And if you think about it, it's just like a kind of like you hitting a brick wall sometimes, because women, we're thinking in a way where it's like, I'm scared because of what we connect things differently with our feelings. Where a man is saying, if you just, he's trying to say it and he's not getting anywhere. He's trying to explain himself. He's not getting anywhere with that woman. If that woman's mind is made up, and this how I'm doing because what I saw X, Y, and Z. A lot of times women block their own blessings because they're not in a place where they know how to shut yesterday down
Right.
and then listen without feeling yesterday. Follow me here. Without feeling yesterday, I gotta shut it down. Then I gotta listen, and then I gotta have faith in something. I gotta be able to trust it based off not ever seeing it. So if men can understand that that's the way women, like their head is made and their heart, once they see something and they say, "Oh, that's going good," oh, I can trust it. Okay, let me just let go of the steering wheel for a minute. Like, you got to hold on to something. They want to hold and grab something, and they have to see it to feel okay. But a man is saying, I didn't, you ain't got to do all that. I'm telling you what's going to work. I'm telling you, just follow. Just let me lead you. Just let me show you. Just let me give you an example. Just if you just let me, I'm going to show you what you're already thinking. But the woman is caught up in fear. And I think that's what it is. It's not maybe they may want to let you lead. They may want to let you have these certain tasks. They may want to say, okay, you got it this time. But if you've not shown them that I got it, and you haven't shown them that you know what I'm saying, certain things, they're not giving you an opportunity to show when they're scared. So it's kind of like somewhere along those lines, somebody got to just fall back. Like I said in the beginning, you got to trust what you don't trust sometimes. You got to trust it because you don't know. I don't know that I can jump out of an airplane and skydive. But if I was in that airplane that was going down and they told me this is going to save your life, I got to trust what I don't trust. I got to
Yeah,
jump.
yeah, and then yeah, you gotta let the man get the opportunity to show you that he can be trusted
That's it.
at the same time. But then, on another note, being a good team player for a woman is like not just letting the man do everything. You gotta jump in there and you gotta play your part too. So like I heard this story about this dude. They was riding on a road trip and then the car had broke down and it was hot in the desert and all that kind of stuff, right? So then the car broke down. He pulled over to the side, popped the hood up and was trying to see, what he can do to get the car back rolling or whatever. But if the woman was a bad team player, what she would do was just feel entitled and just sit in the car, just scrolling down her phone and just letting him just do everything and figure it out.
Yep.
But he said what his gal did was she went to the trunk, got some waters out the trunk, made sure we hydrated. Same time she on the phone with AAA, telling them come on through, and at the same time getting us a Uber to a rental car.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? While he trying to do his
Why
thing,
he's
then
doing that.
so that's good
I
teamwork
love
that
that.
y'all working together, but not just you just letting him lead. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Like y'all is leading together.
well, that is a great example of teamwork where she knew where to jump in. You don't let a person just be hanging out there like, I'm entitled, I'm Miss Princess, and you just keep taking care of me. No, because I mean, I sent you something this week, another example of teamwork, and you told me something funny behind it. I said, well, if I had to, I would put you on my back and I carry you up the steps if you couldn't walk. And it was a little video about a guy, his girlfriend was carrying him and he was handicapped and he had was in a wheelchair, but they showed her carrying him all the way up the steps, and she wasn't embarrassed by it. She was with him no matter what, and she showed her strength because sometimes you need to pull out, pull from your bootstraps. You got to have that strength for that person that you're with, and that's what I'm hearing with that story. This time she was on the forefront. It wasn't about man or woman. She played her role to help him, and they worked together as a team. But it's a difference between when a man is trying to create some type of a tone for the room. He's trying to create tone and direction in a situation. I think, like I was saying, sometimes women are scared to allow, like you said, allow a man to show them how they want to lead you, and you have to sometimes trust what you don't trust. Like it just is what it is. Like you can play your part as a team player, but like you had mentioned with the parenting, co-parenting situation, if you have a person who has their mind completely closed, where okay, this is the part where they don't understand, later on that child is going to be an adult, and and I've been through this before, so I know how it feels, where they're going to ask questions about how I got here, who's responsible. There's a father and a mother involved, and they're going to start to see as an adult some ways of a parent. It affects you later. It's going to say, why were you so one-sided? I mean, I get that, but now I got a boyfriend, or now I have a girlfriend, and I'm starting to hear some of the same things that my other parent might have said that weren't right. And I'm starting to question, wait a minute now. Because you don't want to go through life repeating cycles that are toxic. You don't want your kids to go through what you go through. So you try to do things differently. And I believe that somebody has to take that lead. Who's going to take the lead for your child to understand sometimes when it don't look right is right. Sometimes when you don't like it, it is what it is. I mean, you can't get around following rules. You don't want your kid to feel like I ain't doing that because I have a reason. You don't want that. Just like,
That might form in their head that well, I don't want to even get into no relationship or even have no kids because I don't even want to go through that type of stuff that my mom and dad did because both of them saying it wasn't their fault. So who fault was it really? You know what I'm saying? So or it might prompt them to be like, well, I never make my kid go through that.
right. And fault shouldn't even be something that is even discussed when it comes to your children or anything like that. When two adults are not getting along and they decide to make a move or do something differently, that's just an adult decision. You make adult moves after that. That everything from there is just all about being an adult. I cannot like you. I mean, I can look at a person and despise them. I mean, I can stand them and still be smiling at them while I can't stand them. And they did dirt on me and they treated me like crap. And I know it in the back of my head. I know exactly what they did. I even know the person they might have cheated on me with. And I'm looking directly at that person and still shaking their hand, still having conversations because I know how to rise above what the problem is. I will never let nobody, I would never let a person do me like that. Because I feel like whatever I went through in that time that I went through it with that person, I got out of it. And once I start rising and I'm not in it no more, I would never let a person defeat me. That's letting someone else defeat you. That's defeat. I feel defeated when I let things bother me. I had to let it go. And once I let it go to the point where I could sit in someone's face and say, how you doing? How you doing? Knowing they not worth a dime. Knowing they lie 24/7. Knowing it. But I still know how to be how you nice. Especially if you got something to do with my child. Okay, here's I need to make sure that X, Y, and Z happens. And you guys have a good time. As long as you loving on my baby and everything is good with my child, I'm good. I'm not mad. I'm none of that because I still have my child. I still have these things that need to happen. So you can't, it's important to move above it. You got to move above that, especially for the, like you said, for the sake of your seed that's watching, because they're gonna go through it, and they have to be able to make the right decisions. So we have to show our kids the negative, and we also have to show them the positive with the negative, because that's real life. Real life is not peaches and cream, and it's not always going to be a good situation. And when things come up that are a challenge, how do we handle them? We still need to move like a team in all of it.
Right.
So, with that being said, when you said, do you agree when it comes to women sometimes are just scared?
Do I agree
Do
if
you
they scared?
do you agree with that? What I said about women sometimes just being scared why they don't allow the man to lead? Do you think that could be possible?
Nah, I think it's because they want to be the leader. For real. That's why they don't let the man lead. Because that's why it's a lot of women that's like single and stuff like that these days because they running with this narrative like I don't need a man and I um can't no man do for me or I'd rather do bad all by myself and stuff like that and they comparing these men to the men that played them before and so they bringing that baggage onto them and making it seem like that these future men ain't gonna be worth a darn, and they put in their head this fairy tale unicorn type of man, 6'4", that make $1 million a year, dark skin, very successful, and but don't be having nothing to bring to the table and match that. You know what I'm saying? Because they just think that they body and they looks is what is gonna get that man. But the thing is that you gotta have the right attitude as well, and you gotta have the right mindset in order to even rock with that man. They want a partner, not a competitor, not somebody that that is one sided. So, cause like they can find a girl like that a dime a dozen, and they got the choice to get the cream of the crop. You know what I'm saying? The best type. So when you when you got that attitude like that, that shows that you're not a good team player. So that means they want to get with somebody who got the attitude of, yes, let's build together. Let's, well, okay, you got something going. Where can I fit in it? What can I do to make your dream come true and stuff like that? And I also got something going as well. I would like for you to mesh in whatever I got too, and see if you a good team player, and then somehow we make magic with that. But if you ain't, most not most, but some women be in like competition, and I don't know if it be scared, because I ain't never met no black woman that's scared of nothing.
Well, I be feeling like, I mean, well, let me just say before I respond to what you said, I can actually say I kind of agree with that too. That's another way to look at it. Um, there are some women that just want to lead and just want to be the
Hmm.
boss and just want to. I've even seen women talk to men in a way where you don't know the difference between if that's their child or if
Yeah,
that's, I don't know. It's like the man is pretty much following the woman,
yeah,
and it's very obvious, and it's not cute,
yeah.
because that I'm raising boys, and
Right. And don't no woman want no weak man like that. And
like
then that lowers the respect that she have for him like that.
that's I was you took the words out of my mouth. That
Hmm.
respect level, cause it's like when I spoke of fear, I don't mean like fear in a way like, ooh, I'm scared. I mean, sometimes you got internal fears that you're holding on to. Even men do this. They have fears. Like a man may fear marriage. A man may fear, it's just certain phobias that they may have in the inside. They may be a man's man, and they may fear being vulnerable. They may fear that because the last time they did that, so much happened. A lot of people are suffering from post traumatic stress. It's a real condition. There are people with conditions now because of things that they have been through, and now that they have to face that. And sometimes inside, we're just fearful of facing it. Not fear as in I'm scared, but more so as in it's the unknown.
You guard it.
You're guarded and you don't trust stuff that you're not for certain of.
That's because you went through it before, and you basing it off of your past
Yeah,
experience. You bringing that past experience onto
into
this
your
new person.
a
But
lot of people do that.
yeah,
And but
but
what
they
you
should know.
they shouldn't, but we also have to not be so harsh and hard on people who have been through things. Now, if you've been with someone for a long time, you know their history, you know what happened, then it's a journey. Even with that, you got to work together with a person. Like it's a team effort, and you cannot forget about the other person. So even when you're going through something, and I know life is just hard, period. I'm just gonna say it like that. There's nothing easy about it. It's just we have to learn how to appreciate it all, and working with another. If you want to be by yourself and you just doing you and doing you, it's way easier. Okay, it's easy, but it's a choice that you're making when you work and when you choose to be with another person. You have to have this realistic mindset where you're already knowing I'm gonna have to put some work in. I'm about to have to work at this. I already know she might be pretty, he might be fine, but do they really fit in my box? Okay, like do they work and make money? First off, a lot of people are not even working. Um, are they how do they hold a house down? Like, see what people really are capable of doing in the areas that are different than which you have problems in. Because if a person can handle certain situations all in one, that tells you a lot about how they really are going to be able to handle you. And sometimes we are just distracted because we're not dealing with other stuff inside of us. And that's just how I feel. And I'm just keeping it real. And because I don't feel like hiding things or acting though as though you're a perfect person doesn't make things better. You can't be a team player if you don't have anything you're lacking in. If you just this perfect individual walking around,
Which is nobody.
You God made it to where you gotta fit puzzles in, so you gotta lack somewhere to have a person to come in. So you can't be that egotistical and prideful that you can't just fall back and just say, you know what? God said, put your trust in him. He said, put all your trust in him. And he will show you after that. You can't trust people. You got to trust in him that he's going to make a way for you. And to be an example of what it is that you ask for, you got to be the first example.
Right, and then that comes with being a team as well. You have to know like the other people on your team's strengths and weaknesses,
Oh, that's good.
so you can know how to play your part and play your role to in order for the overall advantage of the team.
That's awesome.
Yeah, like a coach, you got to play it like a coach, and like
Yeah.
that's what the man really should be in a relationship. The coach, just
I like that.
setting the tone
Yep.
of how it's supposed to go, because like that, how they say the woman that's his helpmate.
Yep.
So I got it. I got this vision for our family, and I need you to help me through it. So long as you go into it with that mind state, then I think it's gonna turn out positive for all parties.
It will. I
Right,
love that,
right.
coach.
You my partner, not my slave. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Yep.
Yeah,
And you can tell me what's wrong. You can tell me what you want, and you can tell me what's wrong. But sometimes you gotta let the leader. I know you said work together. That's great too. But sometimes the leader has certain insights on certain things that the other person don't.
okay,
They just don't. Like a woman don't know really. Some women know because they've been taught things about a car.
okay.
Some things a man knows more about leaks in the ceiling. Women don't. It's just how I feel. I could be wrong. You could tell me I'm wrong. I don't mind being corrected. But that's just how I feel. You got boys at home, and they start going through puberty, and they got questions. That man gonna know how to answer that, not that woman.
That's right.
That ain't. I mean, I'm gonna try. I might have to call a man and get the information to tell the boys. I'm not gonna know that because I'm not a man. So there's just boys on the football field crying about this, and that. That woman probably gonna just do the best she can. But if that man is watching, he gonna tell you certain things like, hey, chill out. No, don't. He'll tell you when not to nurture. He's gonna say, it's not. No, don't nurture. Sit back. I got this, because he knows he's a man and he knows what it's gonna take, right, for that boy to transition into that adulthood or that young adult ways. You can't always have somebody rubbing your back.
Right.
Just some things that I'm thinking about as a man where it's different. Cause I find my kids even like pushing me off. Like, okay, mom, that's enough. Like, no. So they want to learn things and they want to experience things, but it takes a man to come in and show them.
That's right. Okay, we got about 5 minutes left. How about you tell everybody about the Royal Ball that's coming up?
Okay, so I have put together a Cinderella ball in honor of well, actually, it all, everything that I do with the events came from. I don't know if I've said this before. It all started in 2017 from a dream that I had.
Mm.
And from that dream, I emailed a couple people and I started on a venture with what I saw in my vision. And it was all about the Cinderella story. And basically, the whole point of it is to get people to understand that we are royalty and that we sometimes are living in we're living in a circumstance or a situation that we placed ourselves in a lot of times because we were already ordained to be royal. Um, we are God's royal children anyway. And so I love the story of Cinderella because she was like the slave and she scrubbed the floors and did all the hard work. But at the end, she was the one that everybody wanted to be like, or she was the princess and didn't even know it. So that's the whole purpose of the Cinderella story, in which I am building from with my venue and DBA. It's the Royal Experience. DBA is Sean Royale. I branded the Sean Royale name for myself. And I'm trying to show people that your fairy tale experience does not have, you don't have to wait on it. And you don't have to wait on things like Cinderella did. Sometimes you can create your own fairy tale, okay? And, and live a luxurious life and live royally in your mind and do things around and stop waiting because the time is now and you are royalty. And so I would love to see each and every one of you come out and join me at the Royal Ball. It's going to be at the Machinist Hall. And I would like to see people dressed like Cinderella and Prince Charming. And we're going to do a couples fashion show. And we're going to do a shopping spree giveaway. And there's first, second, and third place prizes for it. And they're very nice. And I just wanted to do this to spread some magic in the community, something positive in the community, and something for people to look forward to. That and celebrate themselves. We can do this. It's not a problem. Work together and know we got Miss Phyllis Jones, who is a designer who's going to be hosting that event. I have loved working with her. She's just an amazing person, and she has a lot of talent as well. And that's one thing about me. If I meet you and you have talent, if I meet you and I see you trying to do something, I'm more than willing to work with you, but not do the work for you, but I will work with you. Okay, I have no problem sharing your content and helping as many people as I can. So make sure you come out and support. They're $25 tickets. I know you can afford that. The dresses, you need to order them now. Men, I want to see these men dressed different. I just want to see something that I haven't seen before. And come out, and I can't wait to see you. So if you want to get the tickets, you can go directly to the website and purchase the tickets from the website. Or you can go on Facebook, and you've seen it there as well. You can there's some links on there for Cash App and credit cards. So however you would like to support, I am excited. I don't care if it's just a little something you want to donate if you can't make it, but I'm going to use it for a good cause.
Okay. Amen. Amen. 100. I like that.
Did you play? Did it? It didn't play. That's the.
Yeah.
Okay. See no sound.
Oh, you want to just go out playing that? Cool.
Yeah. Thank you for tuning in for this show, though.